Hello everyone, so today we have a Besta unit for one of my clients. So we want to mount it on this wall. Exactly, for mounting the Besta we have two options. One of them is using some suspension rails. As you can see, this is the exactly item that we needed to mount them on the wall. You can see the article number and everything. For each cube we need one of them, and I'm going to pick up my tools and everything. Okay, so my clients did assemble this item and he secured them together. The Besta always come in 2 or 1 cubes, so I'm going to detach these items from each other, because when we want to mount it we have to mount them separately. Okay, let me unscrew the third one and the fourth one. Okay, right now these are totally separate and they are ready to go. So obviously these are on the way. Let me move them to side of the room. Okay, this is the one unit. If you look at here, yeah, it's exactly on top of that. Okay, if you look at here, you can see 2 holes. These 2 holes should be exactly on top, and on the side also we have 2 other holes. Let me grab one of the suspension rails, then I can show you how we can deal with it. Let's open one of them. Obviously this is the manual of it. This is the bracket that they mention exactly L, so it should go to the side, and the other one to the other side. Inside the package we have the rail, we have some screws, some washers, and also some piece of the plate to fasten 2 rails together. We are not going to use that one. So this is the rail that we have to exactly put these holes in the front of us, and it's going to see something like that at the back of this. So I will explain more when I want to mount it on the wall. Let me grab the rest of them, then we can do that one more time. So as you can see, at the back of the Besta we have 2 holes on each cube. Let me open one of the suspension rails. Okay, again we have this one with the R. That edge and those 2 nails should go exactly 2 nails into the holes, and that edge should go at the back of that. So this one is a little stuck there. Okay, right now it's totally fit. Okay, this is the suspension rail. Okay, manual, screws, and the other bracket. So the other bracket same as the other one. If you look at here, you can see the L. The L should go exactly on the right side of you. It means that it should go in the corner. Let's open the other one, set up for the very last one. Okay, this is, you can tell, this is the R should go to the left side. Again, suspension rail, screws, the metal plate, And let's get rid of this items. These are extra, we do not need it. Okay. The other bracket with the name of L should go to the right. Exactly, see it's right there. Right now all of them are ready to go. Okay. Let's open these pockets to see what's going on inside them. So inside of that you can see 4 of these kind of washers, square one, 2 circular one, and 2 small screws. We have 2 more bags. Okay. And 1 more. Awesome. Okay, right now because we have 3 cubes and we need 3 suspension rails. These are here. Okay. So right now we want to mount it exactly on this wall. We have to take the measures. We want to put these 3 cubes beside each other, exactly center of the wall. So I'm going to measure the center of the wall. Then we can start with the center and then go to the left and right. The only thing that you have to really care about that is when you want to mount the Besta on the wall, you have to make enough room on the top, because when we want to hang it, we need at least 1 inch gap on top of that. So being in a safe zone to leave the 2 inches gap between the top of the Besta to the ceiling, because most of the time the ceilings are not quite level. So maybe we have an issue when we are going to hang 4, 5, or 6 of them in a row. Okay, so we pointed out where we have to put the top one. I'm going to put the bracket at the back of the Besta and measure it exactly to the top, from the bottom side of the bracket to the top of the Besta. It's going to be a little bit less than 4 inches. So I'm going to point it out exactly on the wall. So I left 2 inches gap on the top, and also right now I put 4 inches lower. Again, I'm going to measure it to put it exactly in the center of the wall. Okay. So, as you can see, these are about 21 inches. And because we want to start from the center, we have to put exactly the middle of the bracket and the center of the wall. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I got the leveler for it. Right now, we know the height, we pointed out, we know it should go in the center. We are going to leave it on the wall, put the leveler on top of that or on the bottom side. It's up to you. Which one is easier for you? It doesn't differ. So when we put the leveler, we can exactly point the holes. Right now I mark the holes. Inside those bags, that we open it with the washers and everything. Dimensions, we have to use 4 screws for each suspension rail to make it more solid. And for here, I'm going to do exactly this one. Put each one with 1 screw and make them ready to go on the wall. So we are living in North America. The walls are drywall. Some of them has some studs, so we can secure the screws directly to the studs, or we can use anchors. So in this case, we are going to use anchors to make it more solid. I made the holes, I put the anchors inside of that. Right now we have to secure the suspension rail to the exactly anchors. This is the first one. Yeah, it's pretty tall. Okay, the second one. Okay, we have to put 2 more. And we have to put the leveler on top of that to make it level and even. Okay, right now the 3rd and 4th screws with the washers should go inside of that. Be careful in time you want to secure these screws with these washers into it. Sometimes the washer is going to stuck out of the rail. You have to exactly make it loose a little bit, slide it in, and then secure it. Okay. Before make them tighter, I put the leveler on top of that. It's exactly in the center of the wall. Right now with the height that we mentioned, I'm going to make it even and secure to the wall. Okay. It's hard to see that from here. Okay. So this one is done. Right now we have the center one. In base of the projects, it really depends which one we have to start first. So let's go for the next one. Before that, because we want to know what should be the gap between the suspension rails, we have to do this one. We are going to put the suspension rail at the back of one of them. We are going to make it equal as much as possible. Exactly these gaps. Okay, right now, point it. Perfect. And we have to do for the next one as well. Exactly equal gap from inside. Point it out. Right now you can grab a measure tape. Where is that? Oh, it's right there. So just measure the points that you did. It's about 2 inches and a quarter-ish. So I'm going to make that gap between the suspension rails when I want to mount them. So 2 inches and quarter. If you put a little bit more, that would be great. Okay. Right now, I grab another suspension, but before that, make sure your leveler is pretty long, because the long leveler helps you to make 2 suspension rails exactly aligned with each other. I will show you how you can deal with it. Okay. This is the second one. I'm going to put it exactly beside the point and put the leveler on top of that. Oh my God, it's really hard to see that from here. Okay, right now. Can you see that? Those suspension rails are exactly aligned with each other because we have the leveler on top of each other. And right now, it's totally level. I'm going to point it exactly the hole that we want to make it on the wall. Okay, it's going to be exactly the same as the previous one, and we have to do exactly the same scenario for the other one. Right away, you can see we have three rails beside each other in a row. They are exactly aligned because we put the leveler on top of them and made them align. So right now, exactly, so this is only for North America, I think. I detect the studs on the wall. You can see two on the center one on the left one, and one right here exactly. For those who know what are the studs, that would be great. If you are living in North America, you can exactly secure everything to the studs. But right now we have to hang exactly the Besta from the suspension rails. We have to lift it up. This is why I told you we have to put 2 inches gap on top of that. Okay, right now it's seated. When we have the gap on top of that, we can hang them from the backside. Okay, so the last one, just be careful about that. Always do that with another person as a helper. So use the gap on top. Okay, that's in. Look at that. Oh my God. It's totally aligned. Okay, we have on that back that we opened it before, we have some washers with the smallest screws, circular washers. You can see those holes from inside the cabinet. We have to use these screws and washers into that to make them secure to the suspension rails. We have to use a screwdriver to secure them, because otherwise, if you are going to hang them without any kind of these screws or washers, if someone going to hit it or bump it from the bottom side, they're easily going to fall. So you have to be careful. This is for the safety. Okay, so I secure these two. I'm going to make it tighter as much as possible. Okay. Yep. Right now it's secured. And we have to do for each cubes. And when you want to put the Besta together, you can see some kind of parts and items that you have it inside the box. Let me open it. You can see some white caps. Yeah, those small one. It really depends what kind of color you have it for the Besta, but the white one has the white covers. So I'm going to put it exactly on top of that and make it tighter, and that's it. Right now you have your Besta on the wall. Pretty secure. They're totally aligned. Let me open one of them. It's really hard to see the screws because we put the cover on top of that. Okay, same as here. And the other one. Perfect. Okay, have a good one, guys.